You know, when it comes to the sheer terror of a stroke, that moment when the lifeline to your brain is cut off, having the right information at the right second isn't just helpful, it is the absolute razor-thin difference between a full recovery and a life forever altered. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on a crucial immediate action step, a powerful nutrient you should be reaching for immediately if you suspect a stroke, and one that is revolutionary for post-stroke rehabilitation. Let's quickly clarify. You have your transient ischemic attacks, the mini strokes lasting perhaps 15 minutes to a full 24 hours. The symptoms vanish, right? They disappear. Don't be fooled. That Vanishing Act is just a warning shot, because if you've had a mini stroke, your probability of suffering a full catastrophic stroke within the next year jumps to a frightening 1 in 5. Think of that mini stroke as a fire alarm. You better change your house and your plan right now. This knowledge I'm about to give you isn't just for stroke victims. It's for anyone who's ever felt that alarm go off. Before we get to the core solution, you must know how to recognize the enemy. We use the B.E.F.A.S.T acronym. It's simple, but it saves lives. B is for balance. Are you suddenly clumsy, uncoordinated? E is for eyes. Is your vision suddenly blurry in one eye? F is for face. Try to smile. Is one side of your mouth drooping? It's a bizarre, funny-looking droop, but deadly serious. A is for arm. Can you lift both arms equally? Does one drift down? S is for speech. Is your voice suddenly slurred or strange? T is for time. Time is brain. You need to call emergency services fast. Why is T for time so critical? Because there is a powerful clot-busting medication doctors can administer, but it has a brutal deadline, typically under 4 hours from the onset of symptoms. Every minute past that point, you risk losing millions of brain cells. So, here's the million-dollar question. What if you catch it early? What if you are in that terrifying moment? What is the potent neuroprotective compound you need to flood your system with immediately to minimize the damage until the ambulance arrives? The secret, not regular vitamin E. It's a form of vitamin E, yes, but forget everything you know about standard vitamin E, the run-of-the-mill stuff called Tocopherol. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about its vastly superior cousin, Tocotrienol. Now, every type of vitamin E has its subtypes, the alpha, the beta, the gamma, the delta. But the alpha Tocotrienol specifically, research shows it is up to 1,000 times more potent than alpha Tocopherol when it comes to safeguarding against the neural degeneration that accompanies a stroke. When a stroke occurs, even if blood flow returns, there's a delayed reaction, a neurochemical firestorm, where brain cells begin to kill themselves in a process known as glutamate-induced toxicity. All it takes is an incredibly small dose of tocotrienols to interrupt this cell death cascade. If you ever notice the slurring speech, the drooping arm, if you suspect a stroke, you should be reaching for tocotrienols right then and there to buy yourself precious time and protect more of your brain. Now, later in the video, I'm going to reveal 2 simple everyday food items that are the biggest reason people are deficient in the very vitamin E needed to protect their brain, and you are eating them every single day. But first, let's talk dose. If you are beginning your stroke recovery, I strongly suggest consulting with your doctor and considering a supplement plan that could be up to 4 times the recommended dosage on the bottle spread throughout the day. If you're finding this life-saving information valuable, please hit that like button right now. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this critical health information needs to be shared with more people who are at risk. And don't forget to subscribe for more content from a cardiologist who pulls no punches. Here's a crucial detail that is often missed. Do not take tocotrienols alongside tocopherols. They compete. The standard tocopherols tend to dilute the powerful effect of the tocotrienol. You want a tocotrienol blend, alpha, beta, gamma, and delta, but isolated from its less effective cousin. This incredible molecule serves 3 functions. It can be used for prevention, it helps during the stroke to prevent damage, and it is a powerhouse in the recovery phase after a stroke. Why is it so powerful? Tocotrienols possess unique properties that stabilize and protect the delicate cell membrane of a neuron. It's like putting Kevlar on your brain cells, and because of this potent neuroprotection, it's beneficial for a surprising range of other neurological conditions: Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, dystonia, those involuntary twisting movements, ataxia, which gives you terrible balance and coordination issues stemming from damage in the cerebellum, the brain's coordination center. But here is where it gets really interesting. It's also beneficial for dysautonomia, a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves that run the body's hidden operations. Think of it as your body's wiring going haywire. An example: one person can't sweat no matter how hard they exercise. The very next person sweats uncontrollably all the time. Both are forms of dysautonomia. And then there is POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, that devastating condition where you can't even stand up without feeling like you're going to pass out. Tocotrienols are a critical, often ignored cofactor for stabilizing this entire system. And finally, tocotrienols don't just protect the brain, they protect the heart. You can view this molecule as a kind of natural nitroglycerin. It's incredibly effective at widening vessels and increasing oxygen delivery directly to the heart muscle itself, offering protection against damage even during a myocardial infarction, a heart attack. Here's a critical point. General vitamin E is necessary to allow your vital omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, to actually work in your brain. If you are deficient in vitamin E, you could be downing bottles of fish oil and seeing minimal results. So, why are people deficient? The two biggest culprits are staples in the modern diet: refined grains. They strip the vitamin E right out of you. Omega-6 oils, the highly processed oils hidden in almost every restaurant, and processed food, soy, corn, canola, safflower, sunflower. They drive inflammation in your arteries, making them prone to clot and plaque formation, leading straight to stroke. Cut them out. Look, I'm not your primary care doctor, but talk to your physician about that daily aspirin. Newer evidence suggests it can be catastrophic if you happen to have a hemorrhagic stroke where a vessel bursts, because aspirin will cause more bleeding. You need to know which type of stroke you are at risk for. For prevention, focus on natural blood thinners like garlic, a ketogenic diet to eliminate sugar, a deep cause of plaque, and plenty of omega-3s. But if you or someone you know ever experiences those terrifying symptoms, you know what to reach for now. Get them on the tocotrienol version of vitamin E.